if you weren't pinning your hopes on those morons.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Smooth Mike What's your name? Crawford? Crawford! Hey, what's up, buddy?
I'm glad you finally got that out there, sir.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Smooth, though? I get to be smooth this week?
Well, I'm sure shit not. Jeez, did you hear that stumble? Holy hell.
Don't worry, you're smooth most weeks, so
that's all right. I saw something not smooth this morning. There was a fender bender, right? Like I was taking my little one to school, my 3-year-old to preschool, whatever. And two people who I'm pulling in the parking lot. This lady goes to pull in, but is like halfway in the driveway, like staring at me. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I'm going to go walk around the car to pick up my kid. She finally pulls in. There's a van that pulls in, another lady right after her, recording her parking. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? What's happening at my school? Is she not like this lady or something? So pulls in. This one lady, the first lady that parked, gets out, goes to walk around the van. Apparently they got in a little fender bender. And they pulled into a preschool parking lot at drop-off time. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, one lady gets out of the van and she's like, my son's in the car. I have a son in the car. You think this lady saw your son and aimed for him? It's called an accident, you fuck. It was just she gets out and she's like, yeah. I'm like, hang on.
Aggression.
I'm going to go ahead and get all white police up in this bitch. Listen. It was an accident. Nobody wanted this to happen today, but kids are being dropped off right now. You guys need to exchange information and leave calmly, or you need to get out of this parking lot. And they're like, okay, but she hit me and she did you not see me? I'm like, no, not here. Obviously she didn't see you. She's not aiming for you.
And who made you?
And by the way, she has a kid in her car too. Stop yelling this semantical bullshit in the parking lot with you. I'm like, just don't do this in front of the kids. So I go drop off my kid, walk back out.
It was a smart idea, but who made you the parking lot bus leader?
The people that were log jamming the other people trying to drop off their kids because they're blocking 2 parking spots in an 8 parking spot lot right in the middle of drop off. Which, by the way, exchanging information these days, you don't have to verify that everything is okay, let me write down, make sure my penmanship.
No,
take 3 pictures and you're out.
Of the car.
Take pictures of the car, driver's license, insurance. Registration. Out.
Go
what are you
home.
Doing? Oh my God.
That way you don't have to worry about if it's right because you have an actual picture of it.
Dude!
The actual object.
And if they're lying, you have evidence. This is what they showed me. It's all their fault.
In a situation like that, no one wants to accept blame. So, because the person who usually accepts blame is the only one who gives up their insurance. I'm not giving my insurance if I ain't do nothing wrong. But with police Brendo out there rushing the situation, we didn't have time to figure out who was wrong here. So everyone is going to get their insurance.
That's not true. The lady that pulled in first, who knew she made the mistake, got out and was like, hey, I'm sorry. And the other lady greeted her why are you trying to ruin my day? And she's like, listen, you're kind of ruining my day right now. I'm just trying to get over this, And so by the time I walked back out, I was just like, hey, thank you guys very much for calming down and just exchanging the information. And then the van lady starts yapping up again. Listen, hey, I was saying thank you. You guys did great. Please keep it calm until you guys are done. Thank you. And got the fuck out of there. Dude, you guys are around kids. Back the fuck off.
I feel you. The kids make it different, but the lady who hit me recently definitely tried to initially get out and ask for my information to be rudely greeted with, no, you need to get nothing from me.
You know what's hilarious?
My rates will not go up because of this because I ain't do shit wrong.
I have never even considered not exchanging information if it wasn't my fault. I've always just yeah, here's my info.
Because you're such a nice fucking guy.
Dude, you know what? Actually, that
that
reminds me of a story back in the day. I used to commute to work with my dad. So Maestro and I used to work together. We're both 6'3", 6'2", 200 plus pounds. He used to drive a Geo Metro, so we would commute from Palmdale down to like LAX, Westchester to be exact, every day in a Geo Metro. We wake up early as balls, drive down at 3 a.m, sleep for like 2 hours, get up, go to work, and then just sit in traffic for 2.5 hours on the way home. But there's one morning, it's raining very heavy. We're coming down the freeway, and this car, like, we're going in the middle lane because it's this little bucket, the aluminum can with two humans in it that's just trying to get to where they're going. But we're like kind of little hydroplaney, little whatever. Car goes from the far left lane, tries to get off the freeway in the far right lane, clips our bumper, spins us out of control to where my side, the passenger side, is facing the oncoming traffic of the freeway. But luckily, it's, 3:30 in the morning, so nobody's there. Anyway, there's police like kind of help push us off the road because we can't move anywhere. Our car's, it's aluminum can. You hit an aluminum can, it doesn't go anywhere. So we finally get off the road. All the information's exchanged. Like, I'm kind of jacked up, like got to go to work and just lay on the ground because I'm all stiff. Turns out, between the exchange of information, all this stuff, the Maestro got screwed in the whole deal. Didn't get, they were saying, oh, it wasn't our fault, we didn't do anything, and had he known, don't give him your fucking information, probably would have been in a lot better scenario than we were in. So he just had to take that one on the chin. Get a new car for no good reason. We're both jacked up physically for a little while.
At the end of the day, it's just your premium and a raise in insurance premiums every month. But I say just as if could be a lot of money to me and other people. Like, if your premium is $1,000 and then your insurance goes up $50 a month times 12, that's another $600. So that just cost you $600 in this year, and then $600 for the rest of your life until your record is clear that your insurance price will go down.
5 years later, whatever.
You know what I mean? So that's like
well, the boner of the whole thing was that as we're on the side of the road, the dude was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, totally my fault," cop into everything, and then gets his insurance agent on the phone. They're like, "Hang on, maybe it wasn't your fault," And so it's like, had we just been like, okay, thanks, or, at the time there was pre-recording devices on your cell phone and crap, it was just, these were chirp days. Next hell.
Yeah, and it was just like, for me, it's like, bro, when somebody try to change, like, that's why I'm glad my neighbor just went ahead and called and took. Because if, you agree with me in person and then you call your insurance and just, change your whole... Mm-hmm. I'll be so...
Yeah, that dude got home and his wife was like, no, here's what happened.
That's what happened. Some of that aspect. But sometimes it's the insurance, because when I had to call the ladies' insurance, they were asking me questions to the fact, and I'm just like, look, she already said it was her fault. And I'm like, yeah, but what? It's like, look, this is what happened, and she already said it's her fault, and she should be calling you to tell you the same thing. No, so we've already had this conversation, buddy. Stop it. Because, I understand it's y'all that got come out of pocket. Y'all don't want to, so y'all trying to ask all these specific questions and feel like y'all, no. Don't play with me, man, because I'll find out who you is and come to the insurance company, bro. I ain't playing.
Yeah. Insurance agents are just like dirty lawyers that didn't take the bar. They're just they just look for anything to dispute anything so they can just be like, oh, sorry. It's not on us, on you guys. Figure it out.
Basically.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, I can't wait. So I have 2 vehicles that I really, really want. The bus, which we've discussed in the past, the perfect bus. But then also my ramming vehicle. Get my really good truck that I could just hit other stupid drivers with and not care about the insurance. Just be like, yeah, I pay $20,000 a year in car insurance. I don't care. I hit everybody that I don't like because I know it's going to ruin their day more and it's going to hurt my pocket. I can't wait for that, Mike. It's going to be the best day ever.
Yeah, I remember my brother had an old Delta 88 and, bro, That thing was pure metal. He would just like drive like he wishing somebody hit him. Like he used to drive that thing like, go ahead, hit this. Your car's gonna fold. My baby, this is real metal right here. There's not these new cars, man. This is not gonna fold out here, buddy.
Dude,
people would like avoid us at all costs.
I forget what kind of car it was, but one of my best friend's dad's was a huge car guy. He's passed now, but him and his buddies back in the day used to do all kinds of wild shit, like driving and running away from the cops and stuff. I forget what kind of car it was, but there's a very specific kind of car that his buddy had where he disconnected the brake lights and he had like a heavy duty bumper put on purpose, and he would drive on these like, you know, two-way highways where he would get like one highway patrolman catching him, like chasing him, and then just slam on the brakes, let him crash into him, and then just keep taking off. Like on purpose, fucking up his car, but knows that their front end, they can't keep driving because that's where the engine is.
There you go. Hey, my brother should have
That's some death race
like
kind
that.
of shit.
Because the Delta 88 would have done that to their car. Like that thing was a boat, and it was like old school car, so it was flat out metal.
Like a 79 Eldorado. Those things are boats, dude. I had to move one like 100 yards once. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm like.
I couldn't even drive the Delta 88. I was pretty young when he had it. I mean, I was younger when he had it. I probably could have drove, but I wasn't driving that Delta 88.
Big cars are definitely take some getting used to.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're not that big.
Speaking of getting big, are you all jacked for 30 days of pain?
I'm sore. I'm not even that sore. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
Because I ain't been doing nothing. I mean, I ain't been doing nothing like too special. Just been doing something that isn't you don't usually do.
All right. Let me ask you
I'm
this.
part of the party.
Have you noticed any difference in your life whatsoever? Other than it takes some time out of your day?
I mean,
do you feel any better? Are you pooping any better?
I feel worse.
You feel worse? You don't feel good about your body being tired?
No, I feel sore as shit every day. Hopefully.
It's the home stretch, brother.
Yeah, hopefully by the end of it, and then going into it, because I'm probably going to keep going, my body gets used to it and I don't be so sore, but I be sore as shit.
Yeah.
It's because I'm old as fuck.
No, it's hard. Trust me. Down this home stretch, man, it's like I got a guest pass to a gym, and I'm like, all right, first day I'm in there cranking, and I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, the gym is awesome. I'm gonna start coming to the gym. And then I went back the next day. I was like a half hour in. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
But
like
I
it
made
hurts.
Peloton, and that's the best thing of this whole experience. Pelotons are amazing.
See? Okay, so at least now you know that you like a certain particular type of thing. So you did get something out of it. Even if nothing else, you know that you like the Peloton. So if you're feeling froggy, want to get a little sweat burning,
oh no, that's what I'm gonna keep doing, even when it's 30 days though, because the Peloton's at the job, bro.
Yeah.
And
See, but here's the other
for
thing.
2
If you
days a
do that,
week,
like, after doing it every day for a month, if you cut back to like 2 days a week, you're going to feel like you're cheating yourself. Like, oh man, I'm not really putting in all that much work. But you are, because you're still doing more than you were before. So even that's kind of one of the goals of this is as you cut back and you're like, man, I'm not working as hard as I was. You're still working harder than you were before you started. So you've already hit another level without even trying. By backing off, you've upgraded a level.
Yeah, I might not cut it off though. It might be a situation where I just
How
start
about
doing
food
some other
wise?
stuff.
I thought I had a Chinese stroke earlier. I was smelling burnt egg rolls. I was like, dude, I was super, I don't know. I'm just hungry for everything right now.
If I'm gonna change my food, that would have to be the only thing I'm doing at that point. Like, I can't change my diet and then do something else. No, I can't do that because my food diet is trash. Like, it is complete trash. And so I need to be focused if I'm gonna try to change that. Like, I would have to do something like stop eating bread or stop eating sugar or something. Yeah. But like, I don't even know if that's going to help me because I'm just going to find some trash that fit that. You know what I mean? Like,
trust me, as a fellow Sprite enthusiast, when they have like 86% of your added sugars for the day in one soda, that's you could teeter off of that a little bit, and it would definitely help.
But at the same time,
I wrote a joke about Sprite recently too. That did pretty well.
Oh, it's probably fire. There's a lot of jokes you can make about Sprite, but I actually drink Sprite, telling myself I'm doing a good thing because I don't drink fruity sodas anymore or dark sodas.
I'll just tell you a joke because it's relevant. Sprite is just clear Kool-Aid with bubbles, baby.
There you go.
That's all it is.
Yo, how do you feel about Kool-Aid? Is that drinking water or is that not? Like, where are you on that line, bro?
Listen. Kool-Aid is Kool-Aid. If you don't put sugar in it, then there you go. That is what Kool-Aid is. Kool-Aid / water is Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid with added sugar is sugar water. So if you're going to be the dude that looks at a Kool-Aid packet and is like, look, no calories. It's like, yeah, if you only dump that in water. If you mix anything else into it, like, hey, this isn't poison. Yeah, but then you put cyanide and you're fucking dead. Like, yeah, come on, people. The Kool-Aid debate is no debate at all.
At the same time, it should be contributing to my water intake for the day. Like
it does, but you have to also understand
because I'm not scientifically changing the compound of water. I'm just mixing
correct.
It
but
There's
what
no
else are you
involved.
putting in your body that's sucking out all of the hydration, all the sugar, all the sodium, all that stuff is
It's
exponentially more. Yeah. Your body needs to absorb more water to counteract all the other shit that's in it. So technically you are drinking water, but the stuff that you're putting in the water isn't.
There's so much more
doesn't
water
balance
than
out.
sugar, though. There's so much more water than sugar.
Sugar is
water.
concentrated. Water is fluid.
It doesn't matter. I'm mixing it into
Okay,
the
if
water
you have
and
a
fully
sack of weed this big, you could also have a concentrate that's the size of a quarter. It doesn't matter. It's concentrated. So just because it's the ratio of weight is off, it doesn't mean that the power is off. Power to weight ratio, Mike.
I get that, but what I'm saying is I'm already evening it out, so I'm cool drinking the Kool-Aid. That's about even.
Okay, if you're saying mixing Kool-Aid with water is better than mixing Kool-Aid with Sprite, I'm with you. You are correct, Mike. That is a better way to consume water. But if you're telling me that you're counting your gallon of water as a gallon of Kool-Aid, I'm telling you, you are far-fetched in your theory.
No. What I'm saying is it not as a gallon. Say I count my gallon of Kool-Aid as a quart of water for the day. You see?
No,
you see?
that doesn't. No, it doesn't count because it's not water. The whole point of water being pure, flushing out your system of all the garbage that you're putting into Kool-Aid.
It is flushing my system out. This is water, bro. It's water-based.
I know it's water-based. That doesn't... Oh my God, so is water-based paint. Doesn't matter. Water-based paint,
So
lead-based
you drink
paint.
that.
They both look the same. They treat you very differently. Just
They
saying.
They do.
I don't know why you can't understand that it's still okay for you. It's not the
I
worst.
understand
Why don't
it.
you
I
just
just
back
don't
off
want
the
it to be that
sugar?
way.
Like how many cups of sugar do you put in for a
Cups? There's no cups. Like cups are that's a bit extreme, bro. I
Okay.
do scoops, but the scooper I use is like a quarter cup.
Okay.
So I can probably it might be about a full cup.
See?
I use about 4 of those.
See, you
But it's a cup of sugar to a 2-gallon pitcher of water. Like
okay,
that
so
can't equal.
I'm just saying, Mike, if you're trying to improve your Kool-Aid water argument,
Like
maybe
the
put
weed reference
less
you
of the
use
scoop.
is like
less
a
in the scoop.
3.5 equals a concentrate, right?
Sure.
But if I got a pound, I'm just gonna drown that little concentrate out. It ain't gonna equal the high. And so that's what I'm saying.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying. I am still saying, though, the more sugar you put in it, the less effective the water is.
No, that is definitely the fact, which is why I try not to,
So, back to our
overdo the
original
sugar.
argument. If you put sugar in
No, there
your
was never an
Kool-Aid
argument.
water,
I just asked a question.
it's not good for you.
And then I had to counter your response to my question. That's all.
I know. I love it. These lively debates is what keeps us going, baby.
But with that being said, I'm with you. Okay. But
All right. So,
more Kool-Aid,
well, now that
less
we're
water.
on this sugary food train, do you know what Portos is?
No.
Okay.
Sounds Spanish.
It does sound Spanish. I don't even know if it is. Probably is. But basically, they do like cream puffs, potato balls. Like they're hot and popping in the Southern California district. However, like they opened up maybe like a month ago or something like that. I drove.
It's a store. It's not like
it's like a
Doritos.
pickup eatery. It's like a pickup eatery, basically.
So it's a whole like eatery. Like they got real food. I thought you were talking about bags of chips, bro.
No. This is high quality, gourmet, crafty food, but it's mainly for catering. Like you pick up. It's a glorified donut place, basically.
Okay.
But they also have a lot of savory stuff that's really, really good. Like meat pies and potato balls and all this kind of stuff. My nickname for my junk in high school. But anyway, there's a line around the block.
That named you that. She's whack.
Line.
Sorry to cut you off.
It's okay. A line around the block for these potato balls. Not me, the Portos ones. And it's like, dude, they're waiting for 45 minutes to an hour standing outside to get, 12 things in a box. Like, how long are you willing to wait for food? Because that's ridiculous to me.
I waited for food probably about 45 minutes.
But like on purpose, you knew you were getting into it, or just like, hey man, where's my food? I'm talking about you're getting into a sticky situation before you go.
Yeah.
Okay, 45 minutes? Well,
and that was after driving 45 minutes. So
is that Roscoe's?
Nah, it was a place called Johnny Boy's for ribs in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
But if you go on the weekend, just a lot of people go on the weekend. So if you go at the wrong time, you could be waiting. But we knew that was a possibility, but we went anyway. Then I started going Sunday mornings. Got smarter than them.
There you go. Pre-church ribs. I like it.
And I waited an hour and a half for weed. So
that's ridiculous. I can't do that. Dude, on 420, I was like just driving around the couple local shops I go to, like, because everybody has these insane promos. And I was like, let me just go like stop by. Every place I went to had a line. I'm like, I don't need to save money that bad. Fuck this. I ain't saving $20 to wait for 45 minutes.
It wasn't
to
save money. I waited an hour and a half to pay literally the highest prices that I was literally paying in my life for weed, but it was the best weed in the city. This was when the weed first started getting legal.
Ah, okay.
So they were having little pop-up shops.
There's a bit of ambiance to it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it wasn't that. That's where you get the weed at now for legal. It's the pop-up shops, and the line for the pop-up shop was down this block and around the damn corner, bro. And it was all for one vendor who had the best weed at the time, like the best weed.
Sounds like a good day for that person.
Oh, no, they sold out every time they came to the pop-up. This literally was, every time they came to the pop-up, if you wanted weed, you had to wait about, unless you were like amongst the first people there at the time that they opened the
Nice. I like it. Word
of
mouth,
baby. They were ridiculous at one point. Yeah, they were ridiculous at one point, but it's not that way anymore. Now you can get weed everywhere.
The longest I ever waited for food was an hour and a half, and I waited for Pink's hot dogs. Do you know Pink's?
That must have been a good-ass hot dog.
No. Actually, I'll tell you a quick little tidbit about how I ended up at Pink's. I'm going to go deep in the archives on this one. You might be the only person in the world that might be able to wrap your head around this one. Because I'm going to talk about a high school football player back in the day named Marlon Lucky. Do you remember a cat named Marlon Lucky that went to Hollywood High?
No.
Okay. Only because you immersed yourself so much, but granted, this was over 15 years ago. It was a long time ago. So anyway, I had a couple of buddies who were coaching high school football at Verdugo High at the time. They're no longer my friends or coaches. We went to go support them. They had made it through CIF playoffs, and they went, to whatever round it was, and they were playing Hollywood High. They knew they were going to get smashed, but we're like, okay, hey, let's go give it a go. They're like, hey, at least you could come see this kid Marlon Lucky run. They're running back. He is like one of the top recruits in the nation. This guy's going to run all over us. At least you're going to see a fun show. We're like, okay, cool. So he goes bananas crazy. Turns out later, this guy was getting recruited by a bunch of different colleges, one of them being Nebraska. on his recruiting trip, they got the entire student section to start chanting, "Lucky, lucky." And he was like, "Let me sign my papers, dude. I'm here. And then turns out that cat got like 7 carries, because that's how high school to college and college to pro works when you go to football. It's all about the show to get you in the door. Anyway, after that demolishing from Marlon Lucky at Hollywood High, where I'm like, this kid's going to be a star, we go right around the corner to Fairfax, and my guy's like, "Hey, dude, got to get Pink's hot dogs. We're right here. We have to go." I'm like, all right. Like, dude, there's a line. It's like 11 o'clock. Like, I don't want to stand in a line for a hot dog, bro. He's like, "Dude, it'll be like 20 minutes. It moves quick, and they're the best hot dogs." I'm like, "You're my ride. I don't know. I'm stuck here, I guess." Hour and a half later for 2 hot dogs. They were pretty good, but they were not an hour and a half worth.
No.
And they're like $13 fucking sausages.
Oh, I think I stood about 20, 30 minutes at Surfside in DC, drunken tacos. That's when you get your tacos, that when you're drunk. So everybody's there. But it's a situation like that, you're going to be in. Remember our night we were at fucking Del Taco that night. We were fucking hammered in Cali for quite a minute while they got all our shit together.
Del Taco is the ultimate spot, man. They just know the riffraff that's coming in. They just hope it's not, aggressive. That's all you can hope for. I
used to get so hammered in Cali. What a good days. Sports.
Maybe. Yeah. I got something that I'm not looking forward to. My phone finally broke, so I got a new phone on the way.
Ooh.
It literally is to the point where it won't connect to cellular data. It's like, you need to update your phone to use cellular service, and then it says you can't connect to the internet to update your phone. So I'm like, I took it to Verizon. They're like, I've never seen this before. You need a new phone. I'm like, okay. So I ended up getting a new stupid fucking phone that's on the way, which I'm not happy about. Because I still have the one with the button. I love the button. I need to touch things and have resistance. Oof, that's what I'm for
which phone did you
life. Get? I got the iPhone 13, show your mom, fucking fancy pants, whatever. Because basically they're about to come out with the iPhone 14 after summer. And so they have like 4 different versions of the current phone. I'm like, okay, they must have figured out all the bugs. Let me get the one with the best battery life and the best camera. And so it's obviously the fucking Pro Maxi whatever. So I'm going to do that. But I'm definitely going to disable the Face ID. I fucking hate that shit.
Why do you hate Face ID?
Because there's something deep-seated in the back of my street brain that's like, if you kill me, you can't get my phone. You need my brain to access my phone. Because you can kill somebody and just hold it up to their face and then bam. Guess what? If you're sleeping...
Do you think it matters, Brendan?
No, but that's why I'm saying it's deep-seated. I didn't say it was at the forefront of my brain. I'm saying there's that little tick in the back of my head where it's like, you used to be in dangerous places a lot.
Bro, and the only person that can open your phone while you're sleeping is the person that probably has the access to your phone right now. So...
Yeah.
What the hell's the big deal, man?
I don't care about the sleeping part. That part, it's like, yeah, you're with whoever you are. That was more of a warning signal to anybody out there that didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. There's just or like if you want to, I don't know. I just have this weird far-fetched scenario in my head where somebody's threatening my life if they can't unlock my phone. I'm like, tough shit. Face ID doesn't work. It's my last fuck you to my assassins, whoever they may be.
Let that
related
one
to
go,
them.
man, and let that go, and let your Face ID lead you into the proper.
I can't do
new
that.
stratosphere of life, man.
No, I don't care for it. I like analog. Not really, but I don't like technology leaps that are unnecessary. I get it. It's supposed to be easy. But then I also see my wife struggling with it. Like, why is my camera smudged and it's not picking up my face? Fuck that, dude. Let me just know my code. Use my fingerprint. Nobody else got this fingerprint. Why you gotta see my face?
Well,
That's the other thing. The fingerprint
number.
dead? Fuck that. You need to know my code.
Fingerprint dead.
Yep. That's how it is, man. I only have my fingerprint sign in for like my email and shit. Shit I don't really care about. Everything else is hand type. Every time.
Everything else is face type for me. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
And guess what? It helps me remember my fucking passwords. So that when you do need to update something, you're not like, ugh.
Sucks if you ever forget them, though. Your face card won't work. Mine will. Bleep, bleep.
Okay.
Everything.
All right. Well, at least your face part will stay intact. But let's jump over to the bet you're about to lose with the Mavericks Warriors. Your boy Luka.
Or am I?
You are. Dude, your boy Luka had to come in last night at the 11th hour for the penalty kill because the B squad was tearing their asses up. It's amazing. By the way, Mike, isn't it amazing what happens when an NBA team, 5 players, pass the ball at least twice and then drive the lane? Oh my gosh, it was like 15-2 run Warriors. It was pass, somebody drive the lane. If it's not there, outside shot. And it was, they were.
Do you think I was still watching at that point? The game was over. We all knew the Mavs were going to win. This is the game that matters.
I only had it on because my son was
matters.
watching Harry Potter in the other room, and I'm not a Harry Potter fan. So I was watching this,
Harry
whatever.
Potter was better than that game last night. But anyway, this is the game that matters. If Luka goes out and gets 5, ooh, buddy, the pressure starts to.
The pressure is not on me at all. It's just delaying the inevitable, which is
it's on
fine.
that light-skinned dude in Oakland. Forget you. You ain't worried about being shaved. That light-skinned dude in Oakland, he can't come back from losing 3-1 and 3-0. Ooh, that would be some career dirt.
That would be.
Be some career dirt.
I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Do you know how tight Andrew Wiggins' asshole would get if this series got to 3-2? And they had to go to game 6 and try to win in Dallas. Because they definitely don't want to see a game 7 back in Ola because their buttholes would be bleeding when they went home. If they do not win this in 5, Andrew Wiggins and Kevon Looney and Jordan Poole, who have never experienced this situation, their butthole is about to be so tight. Let's see them make shots in that situation. Let's see it.
You know what? You know what's funny is
Don't let Luka steal number 5. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will say specifically about Wiggins. He had that poster dunk on Luka where they tried to call a foul, and they're like offensive foul. And it's like
it was kind of an offensive foul, but
it also kind of was. Had it not been Luka Doncic standing there, it's free game.
I mean, he gave him the forearm. He did give him the forearm. Kind of. But Luka also kind of gave it back a little. So it's like. That's incidental contact. But I will say something I did notice in Wiggins. After he saw that he just had this amazing primetime moment and it got taken away from him because of somebody else, you saw it in his eyes, the perspective, like, oh, it doesn't matter if I have this, like, they still matter more than me. He still matters more than me. Luka matters more than me. Like, you saw it in his eyes, like, that, yeah, I got you, boy. Like, that faded away real quick. By the time they came back, it was like, no foul, shot counts. He's like, oh, okay. Like, the wind was sucked out of his sails. Like, damn, what do I got to do, man? So I did see that little glimmer of doubt in his eyes after he just pulled off something amazing and is like, fuck, that's not enough. I don't know what else, They know what's going on. They don't want to lose this game, pal. This is going to be a good game. We're going to see what happens.
We'll see.
We're going to see what happens.
But at least your face will look good, but you're getting totally shaved. Neck down. How are you going to do it? You going to go Clippers all the way? One session?
Friday, you better hope you still feel this confident come Friday, buddy.
Okay. I mean, how much shaving cream are you going to need?
I don't need shaving cream with Clippers, man.
I know, but once you start using razors to get baby smooth.
Day.
That's going to take you so long. I can't wait to hear the synopsis of what happened.
I don't got that much hair, man.
I know, but still, you need to do a good job because I don't want to have to verify, but I fucking will. I'll have an agent verify for me.
Crazy guy. Don't worry.
Because I'm not gonna do it. That's for sure.
I'll send you butt pictures.
No, I don't want your asshole pictures. I don't need that chocolate starfish on my screensaver. All right. So speaking of nothing really, Celtics Heat. I'm kind of not even watching the series really.
That's the series. That's the champion, man. That's the eventual champion. Yeah, if Luka goes home, if Luka loses, either one of these teams are beating the Warriors, man.
You think so?
I don't believe in the Warriors yet, but I like the Heat before they start getting hurt. Let's see what tonight. Let's see what type of game Jimmy can he pull a Jordan moment? Go up 3-2, injured, teams down, players. Be a big game for him.
See, I just think in a series like this, I think it is going to go back and forth, and whoever takes Game 5 takes Game 7. And I just think that's how it goes.
If Miami wins tonight, they're in this shit in 6.
They could, but maybe that just goes to show you where I'm leaning tonight.
I'll probably be leaning to Boston too, though.
I mean, that's who I got to stick with them. That I had Golden State and Boston from the beginning.
But Tatum had to put back-to-back good games together all series, so we shall see, buddy.
Yeah, he's been very hit and miss.
It's just off and on.
Yeah.
Every other game, so we'll see tonight. He had a good game last game, so let's see what tonight holds.
All righty. Have you been watching any baseball?
Yeah. My Red Sox are finally pulling it together.
Hey, they're doing something now, huh? Trevor Story, Player of the Week, AL Player of the Week.
I think I wore this for no reason, but
yeah. I will say, as much as I want to hate on, old Pujols and shit like that, I'm over that now because now I think that they're doing, they're embracing it the right way. Pujols, the Cardinals, Yachty, this whole thing. Did you see, the Cardinals are just... They're one of the better storied franchises in baseball for a reason because they do understand that it is a national pastime. They do understand that it's a nostalgic game. And that's why, Tony La Russa was in that organization for so long. I think that had a lot to do with it. But they're having fun because it's... Did Yachty say if it's his last year or not? I think he did, right? Or he's considering it being his last year, something like that. But it's they signed Pujols for his farewell tour, and Yachty is at the end of his run, who is, by the way, one of the best catchers of all time in my opinion. He's phenomenal. I wanted to not like him when he was young because he was a dick, but he became undeniable. So hats off to you, Yachty. But what they're doing is the Cardinals have been kind of blowing people out occasionally here and there by 14, 15 runs. So they had Pujols go in and pitch for the first time a week and a half ago. Yachty went in and pitched an inning, they're like, hey, we're winning by a lot. Let's have some fun. So I think it's really rad that they're doing that kind of stuff, even though I don't, I hate signing players that are a detriment to the team just for nostalgia, but I appreciate that they're embracing it and no, this season we're having all the fun. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yachty's not just nostalgia. Even if he's not behind the plate, his experience can teach the next catcher.
Oh, 100%.
But
I'm saying, letting Yachty go out there and pitch, that's just hey, you're at the tail end. We're having fun this season. You go have some fun too, babe.
Yeah, because the Cards are probably going to win the fucking World Series.
You think so?
I don't think so, but I'm just saying that's the type of shit that happens with them.
I know. Just when they don't deserve it the most is when they're fucking there. And you're like, come on.
I mean,
get out of here,
if you
Jim
make me
Edmonds.
pick, I'm picking the Dodgers all day. The Dodgers are fucking loaded.
Yeah.
And they'll probably go out and buy some more shit. They're probably done.
Wait until the trade deadline where they pull off some stupid bullshit with somebody unloading the number one reliever. Whoever's the number one reliever on a losing team, just expect to get Cody Bellinger because he sucks dick anyway right now, and there you go. Trade you straight up, a potential home run franchise guy that sells jerseys, and you give us your closer that can't pitch because you're always losing. Give us that.
Basically.
That's why it's always an easy trade to get closers. It's because when they're on losing teams, they're just burning money.
Yeah, what's the Brewers record? Because I'm surprised they never traded Hader away. That dude's so good, and they don't win shit.
I don't know. They do have one of the better
They always have a
baseball
great
caps.
bullpen.
No. Caps. The glove with the ball in it. It's pretty solid logo.
The other one has a big B on it for Brendan.
For butt pirates. I don't know. I'm not a Brewers fan. Although Bob Uecker was the fucking champion of all champion announcers. One of the few. Harry Carey was a great one. I mean, Vince Scully's classic,
Carey.
but you know, all those fun ones.
Big shot.
Oh, I took a bath in golf betting this past weekend. I did not hit a single fucking thing.
Are you still betting against that same dude? Did he take all your fucking money?
No, Jeff. No. He
Y'all stopped betting? Damn. I bet he's mad about that.
No, because he also got pretty laid out this week in golf. Like, we had different picks. It was just, Justin Thomas ended up winning, which he's always ranked like odds on second favorite prior to every tournament. It's either like Scotty Scheffler or John Rahm is the favorite, and then Justin Thomas is always number 2. That's just how it's been working out. So he finally got his. It's a major, so good for him. It's been 5 years since he's had one. So this week is the Charles Schwab Challenge. So I don't, it's not a huge deal. It's in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't really give that too many hoots about Chuck on this one.
Getting closer and closer, baby.
To what?
Tiger's gonna win another major, buddy.
He will, but probably not till next year.
Oh, no, it might not be this year.
Yeah, I would say it's not going to be this year. But anyway, I'm just going to go limited on my bets this week and be a little more concentrated. So for the win, I'm going Sam Burns, 28-1, Tommy Fleetwood at 35-1, just because he's fairway Jesus, and I think it's going to work out for him. It's going to be an irons game. And Justin Rose is at 50-1. Anytime he's at that high odds, I always like to take him because he can string together 4 days just as good as anybody else can. So if he ever has any odds over 30-1, I usually try and snag him, especially because he's not a long drive necessarily kind of a guy. So it more works into his favor. And then I'll probably bet all those guys top 5 and top 10 just to cover my ass, but that didn't work last week. So we'll see. But if I limit it to only 3 instead of 4 and a Tiger, then we're good to go on that front. So
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Outside of Tiger, what you watching? I know you're trying to catch up on a bunch of crap recently.
Yeah, I finally actually went back and started catching up on the Tommy Power. That's how far back behind I am.
That is a ways. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
So I started watching that. It's just pretty cool if you pay attention to it. What else I started watching? And then I started watching Snowfall. I ain't watched that, none of that season, so I started watching that. So I'm just catching up on a lot of shit that people will probably already watch. But
did you finish Love is Blind? You had like 2 episodes left.
Love is Blind.
Right? Isn't that the one? With isn't Love is Blind? Didn't you say there was a season finale like 3 weeks ago or something like that? You had to catch up on it. What's one of your fucking Netflix shows where they're dating?
It's not Love is Blind. Which one was it? I know what you're talking about.
Love on the Spectrum.
Love on the Spectrum.
The Circle.
No, you might be talking about Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight. That's the one. Fuck, you watch so much trash. I don't know. All right, so Married at First Sight. Did you catch up on that?
Who?
Oh my God! I know you're trying to work and podcast right now, but
I'm not trying to work.
Married at First Sight.
I did not watch the Married at First Sight finale.
Okay, yet. There we are. And he's back.
That's because I started these other shows.
Okay, fair enough. I did see that the Circle is either back or there's new episodes or something.
Yeah, they have new episodes of The Circle.
Bro, I just saw the trailer because it was just, when you hover on something on Netflix, whatever. And there's a straight dude in the kitchen, ooh, this girl's getting nasty. What's she typing? Oh, and then comes back with some raunchy shit. And then there's this other dude chilling in a hot tub like, man, it's fun being a girl. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
No, because they act as some of them act as other people. They aren't there acting like themselves because everything is like through text messages.
I know, but I didn't realize that they were fake profiles.
Yes, fake profile. One lady was like the dude from NSYNC's manager, and she went on there as him because she knew everything about. I guess it's some weird shit, but it's pretty funny. Sometimes.
So what's the ultimate goal? Is it just like ha?
It's to win it all. It's to not get found out.
Oh, to not get found out. Okay, it's not like a dating show,
but it's also like they vote people out every week, and you can win. Like you can win, and at the end you get money or some shit.
Okay, but it's not a dating show.
No, that's the circle.
I thought it was a dating show. That's why I was like, this shit is getting wild.
No, the circle is more like, I say, Big Brother type shit.
Got it. It's Big Brother without face-to-face interaction.
In the same house. Yeah.
You're all isolated and talking
text messages, trying to make people like you so you can get voted upon and win that shit.
Yeah, that would not bode well for me. I would be fucking awful at that game.
Well, not if you went in there as yourself, then you don't have to fucking.
Yeah, but I'm a face-to-face guy. I'm not a texty person.
Just be corny as they are, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Half those people in there be corny as hell.
Are you ever gonna try out for Big Brother? Send in your audition tape.
I think I'm too old now.
Are you ever gonna try out for? What if we did the Amazing Race?
The Amazing Race?
Yeah, like where you go across the world or something. Isn't that a thing?
Ooh. I would never do that.
Yeah. You and traveling, I just realized that doesn't bode well together.
That sounds way too difficult. Actually, that would be the best way to travel on land, but...
Oh, no. This is by any means necessary. Land, air, sea, get the fuck there as fast as you can.
To hell.
And complete a task that's probably going to make you nervous as shit.
That's the part. I saw this ride the other day that, like, in some foreign country, it's like a bungee cord ride. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
you got to be a fucking ass to do that stupid ass shit.
Dude, they have slides on the outside of, like, skyscrapers that go from, like, the 97th floor down to, like, the 80th. And you just take this, like, tube slide on the outside of the building. Phew! Slide right in. You wouldn't do it.
You probably have a rug burn. I probably would do that shit, but you probably have a rug burn at the end. Like, what is my ride sliding down on? If you're just sliding down on a plastic slide,
it's a clear acrylic slide so that you can see out. But it's like a regular fucking tube. You sit on a little mat and you slide on
on a mat. There you go. There's the
answer. Maybe not. I don't know. I've never really been to a water park. Necessarily.
Oh, if it's a water slide.
It's not a water slide, Mike. It's on a skyscraper, but it's the same concept as a water slide. It's a tube.
So where does it land? Where do you land into?
I don't know. The fucking elevator lobby on the 80th floor. I don't know. I'm just saying, when it comes to extreme shit like people having bungee rides, people go to work and go down these extreme slides. I just wonder how it doesn't bake your ass in the sun. I don't know.
I don't know how you don't end up with the world's worst rug burn, but okay.
You know what I started watching? Well, two things. Number one, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, because I have children.
Because we're old as shit.
Did you ever watch that as a kid?
Because you have children.
The cartoon?
And I played it. I had a Sega.
See, I was curious as to where we were going to bridge the gap with you in cartoons, because I know that you're a naysayer of cartoons, but I'm like, this one might have just cycled in. Now, do you remember who the voice was?
No.
I'll give you a hint. It was the Urkel Show. Jaleel White is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Over.
Yeah. So it's got that nice, comforting Family Matters back feel to it as I watch it with the kids. So it's nice for me as a 37-year-old dad that these kids are getting into shit I watched when I was a kid. But I had started watching something for myself, Mike, at night to help me fall asleep.
Oh,
I started watching Star Wars.
Oh, that's definitely something that'll put you to sleep, buddy.
Yeah, it used to be the GAC channel, the Great American Country channel. and then I started liking it, and then they changed their name. I think they're GMC now, like Great American Country. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so I was like, I was just on Disney Plus the other night, and it's like 45-year anniversary of Star Wars New Hope. I'm like, I've never sat and actually watched these all the way through. Let me do that. So I just turned one on, the, you know, episode 4 of New Hope. Like, I'll go out as they came out. So 1977, here we go. So I throw it on, and I'm like, dude, I get it. Star Wars, for the time, absolutely amazing. Incredible special effects. I'll even go so far as to say the story was super dynamic. The fact that George Lucas had the foresight to jump in an action scene in the quote unquote fourth installment of a story, it grabs you immediately. It's like, oh, okay, where are we going? So that part was awesome. I will say I do not understand people of my age that have the love for Star Wars that like my parents should have. Like the people that saw it in the theaters or it came out when they were kids, I get that. But when it has been out for, 15, 20 years and then you see it as a kid, like I don't know how it has that same impact, or if it's just one of these things that's like passed down generation to generation. Like, this shit is good. Trust me.
No, you're just used to shit progressing at this fast, rapid pace where it didn't progress that fast. So even shit that they watched as kids was still as good as when their parents watched it as kids. Well, something that we watch as kids now ain't shit to our kids, even though I don't have it, is because technology has like boom, 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 and now it's like, oh shit, you can like turn into another person if you want.
Yeah.
Like the world is just so much different now.
I will say it is
compared to
it is putting me
from
to sleep.
1975 to 88. It's pretty much the same world. Like they didn't have a great jump in technology over that period of time.
Yeah, but the fact that Star Wars was ahead of the curve, that Star Wars
and that makes
had the technology that everybody
curve.
was like, okay, now we have it, and still couldn't improve upon it. That's so incredibly impressive to me. I just don't get
the access to improve upon. What are you going to use? Like they didn't have everything yet, like they do now.
I know, but once
listen,
once you see it done once, you know it can be done, and there is the technology. But the fact that, by 77 to let's say like 87, like you said, a decade, it doesn't seem like a whole lot of the technology changed in cinema, which is pretty crazy because usually once something happens, it's like everybody now knows how to do it and then starts doing it their own way until the next thing comes, which is usually a couple of years. Now it seems like it's coming every 6 months to a year. There's a new type of technology that people are using. But I don't know, it just seems, it's very impressive. I don't want to shit on the Star Wars franchise. I'm enjoying it. I think it's extremely well done. Like nothing new here, but it also does still put me to sleep. So that's also good too.
Probably so.
So I got through episode 4, which was good. Episode 5, which was okay. Episode 4 is better than episode 5. And we'll go into episode 6, so the first set of trilogies. And then I'm just gonna watch them in the order they were released. So I'm going 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7 through fucking 12 or whatever they have now. I don't know. That'll get me through the summer. Those hot summer nights, falling asleep to Star Wars, 15 minutes at a time.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, well, speaking of Star Wars and all these kinds of things, this week's Spotify playlist is going to be David Bowie, including all of his alter egos, Aladdin Sam, Ziggy Stardust, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, Mike. This week I wanted to leave it open to a little, let's visit the collaboration station here. So do you know who David Bowie is?
No.
Have you ever seen The Labyrinth?
No.
Okay. David Bowie was basically the epitome of the 70s. He was the eccentric pop rock god, for lack of a better phrase, because that's how he was treated. That basically did whatever he wanted, and everybody was cool with it. Like, he did all the weird stuff. He dressed up in costumes. He did all the drugs. He had sex with all the people. And everybody was just kind of like, yeah, he's the epitome of what everybody wants to do. So he just kind of did whatever he did and was awesome at it. And then it was like every time he got later in his career, it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll see. And then it's like, oh, that's a new banger. Like, okay, the 70s are over. Let's come out with Let's Dance, the biggest song he's ever had in like 83. Like, dude was just a incredibly dynamic performer and artist. That being said, what do you think? What kind of flavor should we add to the mix this week, Mike? What kind of rap, hip hop, smooth, something? What's something? I need a little feedback from you here. Give me something. You don't even need to try and match it with Bowie. That's fine. Why don't you bring somebody to the table?
Let's see. Who should I bring to the table? Who do I want the world to get a listen to?
Yeah.
He's dancey, so let's go soulful. Let's go Moray. Morray.
All right, David Bowie and Moray is your Spotify playlist of the week. I can't wait to put it together because that's part of the fun for me.
Actually, I should have said Mo 3.
You want to go Mo 3?
Yeah, because you never added Mo 3 to a playlist. We've talked about Mo 3, but I don't think Mo 3's made the playlist.
I don't think so either. I know for sure that I definitely went and did a deep dive, but I don't know that it ever transferred to a playlist. So let's do David Bowie and Mo 3, and then we'll put Moray on next week. And then that'll give me somebody to match up with. All right, sounds good.
Match it up the other way. Yeah, you can match it up the other way next week. Next week you'll have your R&B rap artist, and you can put some rock to it.
Speaking of rocks, don't smoke crack. Right?
Please don't smoke crack.
It's not good for you. But we already did
especially
don't do drugs.
Days.
Yeah, these days.
Especially these days with fentanyl and everything. Don't take Perk 30s either. If you're going to take Percocets, keep it 15 or below, please. Stop taking Perk 30s. People is killing people every day. Well, at least where I'm from. I don't know how it's going in the rest of the world, so I can't speak. But in the DMV, which is D.C., Maryland, Virginia, metropolitan area, for those who get that confused at times.
Just do half.
No, not half. It's a whole different pill. Like, just leave the Perk 30 pills alone.
Oh, don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch those because a lot of those have been fentanyl in this area.
Oh.
They're killing people. 15s or below, 10s with all they got, whatever they got, do those lower. The Perk 30s have been a bad thing in this area, so stop. Leave them alone, people.
Stop it. If you're going to do drugs, do your research and do it responsibly. Make sure you got your dopamines all in there.
It's like they say, drive responsibly. Do your drugs responsibly. Your
Dude,
weed,
no joke.
Your coke, your crack,
go to a vitamin shop or a GNC. Look for the person that looks like they know what they're talking about and go, hey, listen, I'm going to go do ecstasy this weekend, and I don't want to have Suicide Tuesdays. What can I put in my body to replace all this stuff after I come down on this thing? And they'll give you your little vitamins and kits, and they'll replace all your things. You're not going to be perfect. You're still coming off drugs, but at least you could do it safely.
There you go. Listen to Brendo, man. He's telling you some smart shit right there. There you go. You can do your drugs and still stay.
Listen, we're not condoning drug use, but if you're going to do it responsibly, for the love of.
I'm kind of condoning drug use. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I do it.
But, I'm not condoning too hard on drugs unless you live in Denver.
Don't do drugs that'll kill you. Don't do drugs that'll kill you.
No drug will kill you in moderation. Just moderation, my people. Do it in moderation.
Know what you're getting into. And get into us each and every week here on the Black Irish Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, give us a rate, a review if you like, but share and follow. Those are the two biggest things. Those are the two biggest things that we would appreciate because that's all we want to do is we want to spread this as far as it'll go and have more and more fun. The more people are involved, the more fun we can have. So be sure to check us out on Instagram. I'm at Brendal7. Mike is at BlackIrish213, and we are at Black Irish Pod. So until next week, do drugs safely, love each other, and have a good week. 30 Days of Pain's almost over. Closing time,
Love
baby.
you, bro.
Peace.